welcome to another special edition of Consult Lemonade Sweet and Sour Tech Talk.
For sure.
We've been doing this for quite some time.
Oh, yeah.
But this one feels extra special because it's the first time we're in studio.
Yes.
And this is how we'll be doing these from here on out.
Yes.
So we're happy about that. Plus, we're also just days away from our 5th annual
That's right.
Lemonade and Life Skills Family Tech Summit. So that's why
right.
this is extra special too.
Absolutely.
And I'm here obviously with one of the co-founders.
That's right.
You know, this is the
I'm representing.
Absolutely. This is obviously Tierra, Lathan. Tierra, first and foremost, this feels great to be sitting here with you like this.
Thank you.
Really excited. Really excited about this year's Tech Summit. I was on the team. I joined the team last year, so that was my first one last year, and led production for that. It was phenomenal.
Yeah.
I always say this place feels like church on Sunday. It's like the best feeling ever. So
that's an excellent compliment, man.
Absolutely.
To God be the glory.
And I know this one is gonna be, I don't want to just say bigger and better, right? Because all the ones we've had up to this point has led us to this one, 100%. Right? But this one's gonna be special for sure. For sure. It's been a lot of hard work and preparation leading into it. So Tierra, for those that are watching, those that are gonna see this episode, they might not know who you are. Let's say they don't know you. Let's say they don't know Consult Lemonade. Okay. And they don't know what the Family Tech Summit is.
All right.
So for those people, let's talk about this. So tell them who you are, T, and then also just tell them who we are and what the Tech Summit provides to the community.
So my name is Tierra Lathan. I'm a loving, authentic, powerful woman. I am a greatness advocate, and I get to serve alongside my amazing husband as co-founder of this wonderful organization. You may be asking, well, what is Consult Lemonade? Where did the name come from? Should we even get started with that a little bit? Okay. Well, the concept is when life hands you lemons, we want you to consult lemonade. For one, what we find oftentimes in communities of people that look like us or are used to having to pursue and overcome things and have that attitude of resiliency, you know, we got to make things work. You go to the refrigerator, you wonder how to stretch a meal. You've had to figure it out and be the leader in your home and amongst your siblings and ways and way before you even wanted to. And so sometimes we don't necessarily see the beauty in how some of those tough situations and tough life moments can serve as a weight room. You know, it's like a way for us to strengthen skills that we didn't even know we had. And so we override them thinking that we need, you got to have a degree. You got to have, this tech skill and that tech skill. And in reality, we're like, look, nah. Bring those quote unquote lemons, the things that have made you who you are, your resiliency, your ability to overcome, your perseverance. Bring that this way to the tech industry. You've already been problem solving in more ways that you can think. You've already had to be a critical thinker in more ways than you could think. And so let's take those already existing skills and turn them into lemonade, which looks like 6-figure salaries. So our mission is to help 1 million underrepresented talent secure 6-figure salaries and above. And so we're doing that by coaching and training these communities to get soft skills, hard skill training, do it in 6 to 12 months, which means that, they've acquired the training, the certifications, the skill sets, spending countless hours with their coaches. Right. God bless the coaches for the expertise that they provide to the team. And they're able to secure jobs on average 6 to 12 months after, going through that program.
And the turnaround time.
The turnaround time is impeccable.
Absolutely.
It's not a 4-year college degree. We're not competing in that space. It's not a 2-year community college degree. It's not a certification. It really is that sweet spot of making sure people are ready for the workforce. And so that's our mission as an organization. Right. And so we launched the Tech Summit 5 years ago because we were so sick and tired of people in our community counting themselves out. They hear about tech, they automatically assume code. Now they hear, tech and cyber, and they're like, I can't hack something. I'm like, it's so many facets to this. Right. Get in where you fit in. Of course, we'll get into the conversation about how tech is progressing. But look, the Tech Summit flat out is a way to just remove those barriers. Come find out what you're good at, what you're interested in, how much people make in those areas, what ones of our partners, what partners that we have hire in those areas, meet some of those partners, find out how to get the training in, and what that path looks like for you. This is all happening at the Tech Summit. And the best part is, mama, daddy, auntie, uncle, whomever can get it just as much as the kids, because the kids are welcome too. So
absolutely,
felt like it was a long intro.
No, that was good. But you're right, T, because last year, even when I was just talking to some of the people that attended and recording certain testimonials that we do, some of my favorite testimonials were the ones where you had adults that attended that were bringing their kids, and they were looking at it as just an opportunity to bring their kids and introduce them to something great. But then they left this, and I want to pivot into tech as well. So I think that's a phenomenal thing. Yeah. And we have so many stories like that. We have so many candidates that we've helped in that way. I don't even know what the number is now. But.
Well over 130. Honestly, we see people in the streets that just haven't let us know the update, and so we like, oh shoot, we gotta add this person. So for sure over 130 right now.
And that's only been in like what, a 2-year span, or maybe just under that.
About 3 years now.
About 3 years now. About 3 years. Absolutely.
Yeah, we've touched many lives before that, but we only tracking what we did in that 3-year span. Yeah.
Now listen, we are a tech company, so we do like data. Okay, we're not trying to scare you, but we do like the numbers, and some numbers that I saw that really just blew me away was, and I wasn't a part of the Family Tech Summit 2023, but I saw the numbers, and I know we did last year as well. But I want to hone in on some of this data from 2023, Tierra, and have you speak to it, because this is amazing. Because this right here, when you hear about the outcome of people that came and attended the Tech Summit and what they left with, what they walked away with, that's what we really care about. Yeah. We're really passionate about that. So you had 87 youth and adults that attended in 2023, but that wasn't including our team. Correct. We got a nice sized family. Yeah. So it wasn't including the team, right? Yeah. Of those 87 people, 44 were adults, ages 18 and up. 43 were youth under the age of 18. But 27 became candidates. 27 became candidates. Now, real quick, Tierra, for back then, let's go back to 2023 for a second. Sure. What did you have to do to become a candidate?
You just went to the website and applied.
But that shows you had to take the time to
take the initiative. Absolutely, and say that this is something that I'm really interested in doing.
Right. And of those 27, they were all 18 and up.
Correct.
Okay. 10 were hired.
Correct.
10 were hired in tech roles. And this is before we had partners like Amazon, right? So this is before that. Because now it's a little, it can be a little.
We built that out in 2020, latter part of 2023. More so 2024.
I was about to say a little easier. I didn't want to say easier.
Oh yeah. I ain't gonna say that.
But when you have obviously when you have partner, when you have a partner like an Amazon, that's gonna help in a major way. So the fact that you had 10 people that we were able to help them get hired and take them through the whole career prep process from start to finish.
Shout out to them for being an empowered sponsor this summit for sure.
Absolutely. And of the 87 people that attended, it says that 13 received training and coaching from us after the Tech Summit, right? So I think that's a major deal too. So the fact that you had 13 to receive the training and coaching and 10 got hired, that's a great ratio.
I mean, let's touch on that for a little bit. And so, because it's one thing to be exposed to something,
right?
But in reality, my husband calls it ABCs. You've accepted that something needs to change in my life.
Right.
And then it's like, all right, I believe that something can change and I'm ready to make a commitment. And the first step of that commitment was people applying on the website. Now we've changed up the processes to make sure it was more robust. People getting even more training now and more coaching and support. But it was a simple click to hit the apply button. You key in the information, and then of those, 27 or so?
Right.
So 44 people was like, hey, this is great, I'm glad I'm here. But 27 of that 44 was like, I need to go a step further. I know something is changing. I need to be prepared for the future. So I'm making that commitment to pivot and dive deeper.
Yep.
People took it serious. And so of that 27, 10 got hired. 13 at the time were still receiving training. And then I believe of that 13, 5 of them were getting training from Amazon Web Services. Right. And so what's that? 23 people out of 27 were actively in pursuit of their career. And so, look, if you want it, it's here for you.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And one thing I love that you said, Tierra, was that, we kind of break down that barrier for people that when some people hear tech, it can be intimidating.
Very much so.
It can definitely be intimidating. It is intimidating. Let's say that.
For sure.
And sometimes you can kind of, even for someone like me who's in media, even when I first got introduced to Consult Lemonade and I'm on the team now, I remember kind of feeling like it was still some separation there, some distance. Like, okay, I'm over here, I'm on this side of tech, and they're on that side of tech. But I'm realizing now we're all like
tech is for everyone.
It's for everyone.
Tech is for everyone, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Sure. Hashtag tech for
tech
everyone.
Yes, absolutely. That's right. That's right. That's right.
So Tierra, we're gonna have a lot of great takeaways, sure. Just like we did last year for this year's Tech Summit. Everything from they're gonna be introduced to AI.
Oh man.
Cybersecurity, cloud computing, gaming, career and finance, which is very important too, and more. Yeah. And more. But can we let's do like a little breakdown of some of those things that people can expect to gain when they come on July 26th.
So I remember going on this cruise trip, and it was like everybody there was people that we admired and looked up to. Mm-hmm. But you were arm length away, which means you could have a conversation with them. And that's for one of the things that environment creates. Mm-hmm. It'll be people that are in every career that you've ever imagined in tech that you could just reach out and touch and have a conversation with, for one.
Right.
So that intimacy that's created there where you can just have those conversations is a big deal. In addition to that, we want you to be able to touch the tech. It's not enough to say cybersecurity and AI and you can't experience it for yourself.
Right.
To be able to see how artificial intelligence really works, how generative AI works, good God almighty. GAI works, that's what I'm gonna call it today anyway. How some of these vulnerabilities happen within hospitals because of cybersecurity attacks. You're going to actually see it live. I think it was the most amazing thing ever is to see how somebody behind a computer can hack into a system and poison a water system if that computer isn't protected.
Right.
It's crazy.
And they learned that last year. I'm thinking about the room that we had set up. It was like what do we call it? We
called it a cybercade, and we're doing it again.
Right.
We're doing it again. Now they're bringing over a new kit, and I can't talk about it yet. But when I was like, I gotta find my way into that room, and what they about to do? What?
The one last year, that room, people were in that room all day
crazy.
Long. That was crazy.
Because you can't. It's one thing to hear about it, to see it in the news, to get a notification that the FBI said it's not safe to Android detects an iPhone. But when you see it and see different. How it works together, it's different. And then when you can do it yourself in a room, that's a whole nother thing, man.
Right. So I do love that part, like the hands-on, the hands-on pieces. That's one of my favorite parts.
Yes, man.
Just the fact that it's hands-on. You have great panels too.
Oh,
great
for sure.
Speakers and panels,
oh my
but
gosh.
The fact that we have that good balance between that and being able to do it yourself is.
I think the panel we got, and and my husband probably slapped my hand for saying this anyway, but the panel that we have this year, if we the cumulative annual income for them is probably well over $2 million. The cumulative annual income for the panel is probably well over $2 million cumulative. And that's the reason why he would slap my hand is, why would you say that? I say it because those people that are making $250,000, $350,000, $400,000 a year, they didn't start there. They started being concerned about tech, thinking that, is this a viable way for me to make money? Can I get the bag doing this? And how long will it take me to do that? And you're going to hear their journeys. It's like, oh man, it took me 5, 6, 7 years to triple, quadruple my salary. But who cares? Who cares if it takes you 5 years to get to $250,000 because you had to start out at 60 or 70 or 80? Who cares?
Right.
But to hear from people, to be able to talk to them, And on top of that, to know that those same people came from this organization, many of those people started out in seats that the audience will be in because we were all there. And now you're going to get to talk to these people and hear from them and hear how did they take what they learned at CL and apply it to get, man.
And you know what, Tierra, a lot of people didn't know, it's still some people might not know that it's even possible that you can see that type of salary growth in 5, 6, 7 years. Because I mean, when I was younger, I used to think, well, if you start at 50, it's probably gonna take you a minute. Yeah, it could probably take you definitely well over a decade to see 100,000. You know, at that time, you know, that's just kind of the thinking. But once you kind of see what's really out here, especially in the tech space, because there's people even now that I talk to that don't believe it's possible to go from 60 to 100 in what, 3 years? 3 years? 3 years
is the max. So every partner that we have that is a hiring partner, in order to be a hiring partner, has to show every member a path to 6 figures within 3 years. In order to be a partner, you have to show that this person may start here, but they won't stay there, and they could be to at least $100,000 a year within 3 years, or they're not a partner. So if you see somebody on our website, a logo that you recognize, please understand that before that logo was put on that site, there's a conversation that says, what's your benefits? How does this benefit the community? How are you people-centric? We're interviewing them to make sure, just as hard as we are on the members, to make sure that they're ready to receive the job. We needed to make sure that the job was ready to take care of those members.
Right.
And so 3 years.
I love that, because
3 years.
Not only will you be excited the day that you sign the offer letter, but you're excited about the pathway.
Oh my God.
Knowing there's a pathway to those numbers.
I'm excited. You know, one of the young ladies that was in the room, I remember and I'm not going to steal her thunder, you know, but I just remember one of our partners were hiring and she didn't get picked up.
Okay. And
so she was devastated, feeling like, how did I not make the cut? You know, I have this background, I've demonstrated well, and timing is important. And so we just worked with her to help her to develop and be ready when her name was called. And, you know, just a few months after that, she got the call. And she wasn't mad that she got denied from the first time, because the offer letter was double what she would have gotten at the first time. Correct. But she came, her first offer, she had already hit that 3-year marker.
But you know,
her first offer
is so interesting, because like that's a real thing, because if for a person to, let's say for a person to be in a position where they need to land something badly, and then you get turned down initially,
for sure,
just think about all the stuff that's going through your mind and your heart. But what I love about Consult Lemonade, it's just it's therapeutic too. It's like like a ministry too, because Tierra, Wiley, the whole team, we really care. So you can come here and get that good counsel too.
That part.
You know, that's what I love.
That part. That's the soft skills part, because strategizing is not enough to get the bag. You know, what do you do with the bag? Which is why it's important to have, you know, the holistic aspect of coaching that we have, you know, considering your wellness, considering your environment, you know, how are you managing your money? Right. These are things that we've added to the summit to make sure that people are getting a feel for, dang, this is all the stuff that's available at Consult Lemonade. Right. Yes.
And to hear the kids talk about, shout out to Kendria.
Oh my gosh, man.
Because to hear the kids, she covered the financial literacy piece. I'm telling you, kids were walking out of there when they were on their way to their buses or cars, however they got there, and they're sitting there being interviewed by me, and I'm hearing the kids say, now I'm thinking about, okay, what am I gonna do once I get this money that I'm trying to get?
Part. That's what we want. Is how else do you create generational wealth?
Absolutely.
Seriously, how do you? I used to hear Dave Ramsey all the time say how teachers were becoming millionaires. You know, and I'm like, if teachers are becoming millionaires, and we need teachers, there's no reason why people can't become millionaires in tech and cyber. Teachers, like, people are not used to hearing that there are, like, it's common for a teacher to be a millionaire. Like they strategize and just play the wealth game. So we could do it in less time.
Right.
And take a cyber.
Right.
Less time.
No, absolutely.
Yeah, man.
Absolutely. So yeah, that I'm telling you, that's one thing I definitely love about
Crazy,
the Salt Lemonade. They can take you through you walk in the door and you can be in a spot where you're like, look, I'm trying to either pivot or I'm trying to get a job in tech and come into that career.
Yeah.
And they can walk you through those steps, and then even after you land.
That's the best part. So, those text messages are the best. Somebody got the job, then they get a promotion, then they get another promotion, then they get another promotion. Right. Next thing you know, they're going from, they started out as an analyst. Next thing you know, they're in cybersecurity. Next thing you know, they're in a leadership role. Next thing you know, they're in the C-suite. Right. What? I'm like, this is what it's about. Let me get your autograph.
Yes. You have a lot of people that just want to continue to level up, and that's we encourage that here at CL as well, which I love. Any other? That's the thing about some of the other takeaways for this year. Things that we can actually share, because I know we can't.
Oh yeah, we got so many surprises.
We're gonna have giveaways.
Oh, the giveaways enough. So first of all, I don't know if this is the appropriate time to say this, but tickets are $10, a $10 donation for adults, $5 donation for kids. First of all, the food alone, I mean, you can't get the food for that.
Right.
Around the corner, you feel me? And we went over the top. And presentation, best of the best, the love. Right. But then you add in the giveaways. Last year, I think we gave away a couple tablets. Yep. Year before that, we did a television. Gift cards are a common thing. Right. I think in addition to the gift bags, which is stuff in the gift bags anyway. Right. We're probably talking 20, 25 giveaways. And
those tablets, they were really popular last year. I remember that.
Man. That was crazy.
So you come there you're gonna get great. Besides the
food, I'm gonna take food, but I don't want to get distracted because I'm hungry.
But yeah, the food and the giveaways, all that on top of everything you're gonna gain.
Yes.
Just on the tech side and the financial literacy piece and all those great things.
Yeah. Shout out to Chase Bank. Chase Bank was a sponsor this year for sure, specifically concerning the financial. Well, we don't even call it financial literacy; we call it wealth strategy because we're talking about compounding and scaling and everything. So again, shout out to Chase Bank.
Now we don't have to go into specifics with this particular person, but there was someone who attended last year.
Oh man!
And as a result, she's loving the position she's in right now.
Oh man!
Can you speak to that a little bit?
So it was a few people. Some of which we love dearly and said, look, don't put me on camera. You want to get their written testimony. But specifically, two come to mind. It's a few, but two come to mind. One young lady is in the middle of her clearance process. Okay. So that's a big deal. She ended up interning with one of our partners. Okay. And then she followed suit and is now being working with another future partner, but we have a great relationship with them. Okay. And she's getting cleared. Then we have another young lady. I don't know if y'all catching on, but it's a lot of young ladies, and that doesn't happen often, right? Okay. It doesn't happen often in the tech space to have women that are achieving these type of things. And so women came last year, or a young lady came last year with her 2 children, and she had been laid off. And she only came for her kids to get exposure. So she was like, man, this I needed this. Right. I needed this too. Fast forward, we worked together and did some coaching and training. It was consistent. And I know she's going to blow wealth out of the water. But it was awesome to be able to report that she closed out the year with a brand new job. She's coming in thinking, I'm going to at least look out for the future and have my kids be exposed to this. She didn't know her life was going to be changed. Right. And so fast forward, she ended up securing a role just a few months after. And she's happy with it. She's still doing that. And she's looking to grow in her career. And so hopefully we could catch her testimony somewhere, whether it's on video or something. But that's just a few of the people that have been blessed by, the work that we do specifically at the Tech Summit.
And that's why it makes so much sense. That's the shirt from last year.
For sure.
Right. It makes so much sense because tech, you're hearing it. Tech really is for everyone because I'm interviewing people and I have kids.
Yes.
Right. That were exposed to tech for the first time.
Yes.
That level of tech. Had, teenagers, young adults, older adults, that's looking to pivot. And that's what I really love about it. That's why I love the fact that it's a family tech summit because the whole family can come out. Now, T, I know we have a lot of fun, but on a serious note here, I did want to ask you before we kind of close things out. I did want to ask you. Obviously, right now it's a lot happening in today's times.
Yeah.
A lot happening, and with us being a nonprofit, we understand some of the things that are taking place. A lot of things that are taking place. So with everything happening in today's times, Tierra, I just want to ask you, how is Consult Lemonade helping the community to prepare for what's coming?
Yeah. So we don't need to necessarily address the elephant in the room. We're aware of the elephant.
Right.
But let's specifically touch on AI.
Okay.
I think about the trainings that we have. Shout out to another partner, AI Says, Nancy Clark. 1% of the world is aware of AI. 1%. And this was a stat, from a few months ago, this year, a few months ago. And 1% of that 1% actually know how to use AI correctly.
Wow.
Correctly. And so the fact that we can put people in a room that are often overlooked and underserved, and they're getting exposure that 1% of the 1% have, that's pretty competitive, right? Number two, the environment that we have, it's a non-negotiable. Belief is a necessity. So I know what the news says. I know what our timelines are saying on social media. We cannot, we may be aware, but we're not absorbing. So two different A's.
Right.
It's cool to be aware, but it's not okay to absorb. And we are repetitive about that. What are you putting in? Garbage in, garbage out. Good stuff in, good stuff out. Mm-hmm. And so in terms of our preparation, we've changed our processes up so people apply on the site, but then they get invited to orientation. People learn more about that at the Tech Summit.
Right.
After orientation, they have to make a decision of their commitment level. And if they're truly committed, they get to move forward and get exposure to our digital platform. So we're doing things in an on-demand style. Mm-hmm. Every single one of our coaches are experts in their industry. They serve as counselors, they serve as coaches, they serve as trainers, a little bit of everything, but they have the expertise necessary. And we have, that our systems are really good where, if you need to talk to this coach about this, cyber, but you need to talk to this one about career counseling, and you need to talk to this one about belief and management of life or finances, all of that's available right within that space. And so we're not really paying attention to the talk. Mm-hmm. We're paying attention to our walk. We're very sensitive to legislation. What does Maryland want? Maryland, it's not enough to have ranges. You got to have ranges and clinics and apprenticeships and ways that people are getting experience on the job relative to the skills that they're trying to develop. We do that here.
Right, absolutely.
You cannot scale without technology because it's just not enough of us to be able to scale, without technology. So we're launching, a tool, that's going to help support our members in that community to ensure that they can get on-demand help at all times to secure that role. And so we're combating AI with AI.
There you go.
We're combating AI with AI. We're combating, some of the negativity that people would say or the challenges, and we're combating it with positivity. Mm-hmm. Really focusing on what we're doing. So our preparation looks like we got a program. You got to make a decision. people hear this, and I hope we get some of these testimonies. People like, I can't believe this. It still feels so good to be too good to be true. Mm-hmm. I'm like, it's not, because in reality, it's gonna require your time, your energy. It's gonna require of you to get out of it what you want. Mm-hmm. So if you don't put in anything, don't expect to get anything. But if you're willing to work and invest your time and really put your pedal to the metal, I think that's what they say. Right. This is the place for you. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I hope that answers your question. Like, absolutely. We're aware of what's happening, but we are not absorbing it. Right. And we really are sensitive to like where life is going to be 2 and 3 years from now, right. But also 10 and 20 years from now. We're right. in those conversations as well.
Right. Mm-hmm. No, I appreciate that. For sure. Tierra, man. Great way to answer that. I appreciate that.
I hope my husband's proud. I should get a sticker or something.
Hey, look, before we close out this special edition, I did want to say this. So last year, something I continue to think about with me putting together like these, marketing material for this year's summit. Last year, my lead videographer for at the summit, his son came with him. At first, he was going to come by himself.
Wow.
But his son said, "Dad, I want to go with you." So he said, "Okay, cool."
Wow.
His son, I think at the time, was in elementary school or maybe 6th grade, something like that. Okay. And he came to the summit, and to this day, I just saw my my videographer the other day, and he was telling me, he said, "Karl, he's still talking about it. He's still talking." And he actually he received one of the prizes last year. I have a video of him running back to his seat, happy,
so we bought him.
Full of smiles.
We bought him.
So bravo. Yeah, but just hearing that, he didn't know, he was thinking, okay, I'm just gonna come here and I'm gonna do my job, but he was able to bring his son, and they both gained something from it. I mean, my videographer was exposed to all the great things we offered the summit, but his son is still talking about it a year later. So I think that speaks to the impact. So many stories like that from last year, by the way.
I'm trying not to get choked up a little bit because you got a lot of missions, and it's different strokes for different folks, if you may. Right. So it's a lot of organizations that everybody has to play their part. Mm-hmm. When we first introduced this concept of the entire family getting what was in the room, where a mother, the adult in the house, is absorbing what's in the room, and then their kids are absorbing what's in the room. It was kind of like hard for people to wrap their mind around, and it felt like such pushback.
Well, okay.
So when I hear that, and I see it, with the parents and the kids. We got a young lady graduating at the summit this year. Her daughter started with us. The mom is graduating, and she's 26 now, and the daughter is now 8 months.
Wow!
So she's been in the room the whole time. I can only imagine what her daughter's gonna become because of what she was exposed to.
Right.
But now, the best part about it is her daughter doesn't need to consult lemonade when her mama is the model for what consult lemonade represents. Because kids deserve to have role models in their own home.
Right.
And so, yes, this model makes sense for the economy because workforce development, actual training, apprenticeship style, this is for the betterment of our economy, meaning people pay tax dollars, that's how you grow, yes. But look at the community. Look at how violence goes down. Look at how absenteeism, like people aren't missing school when they're enjoying it, when they have something to hope for and look forward to. You should see the kids that come through here, 15, 16, 17, 18, and those that are adults with kids. Like, it's just, it's crazy, man. So I appreciate you sharing that because that's why we do it. we want the parent just as excited as the kid.
And I love the fact that we can close it out on this, Tia.
Yeah.
I love the fact that you brought it up because that speaks to the Eliminating Life Skills program.
Wow, yeah.
That piece, because there's going to be something special going
oh
on
my gosh,
that
man.
day as well. Not just the
I'm going
tech
to
summit, but
some tissues for real for that. Cause
you want to mention that briefly before?
Sure. So shout out to IYF, one of our partners, phenomenal partner, our largest contributor in 2025. Wow. And without them, we would not have been able to put this program on. We started out with about 20 kids. Target was ages 17 to 24. Right. And they went through this programming for 17 weeks. We're coming up on the close of it now. And many of them are going to graduate. A large portion of them are from the Howard County area, some from DC, Baltimore County, Baltimore City, Anne Arundel County. And they're going to be eligible for hire, this fall. They have one more additional class that we make, and we really drilling them for real, just to make sure they're fully ready. But honestly, Karl, many of them have jobs and internships now.
Already.
They've already been put into practice what we've been teaching, and they working for some of the companies that are partners. Wow. And so I'm looking forward to seeing those kids graduate and be recognized for their hard work, because it's hard to commit to something for 17 weeks.
Multiple programs each week, and every Saturday is in person.
Every Saturday is in person for 17 weeks, and we're going to open that up. Of course, again, next year we're going to do it. We're going to open applications up later this year. But those, they're on track for every single one of them. They are, if they follow the blueprint. We just had a career counseling call with one of them today, or a session with them. 6 figures in 2 to 3 years.
You talking about
18 to
20.
6 figures.
Right.
I would have loved to been able to say that.
Right.
It just wasn't happening.
People in their 30s don't love to be able to say that.
What? I was like $6.75 an hour, something crazy. Something crazy, right. Man. But
so you talk about transforming lives.
And they're good people. They're accountable. There's a level of responsibility that they have now, and ownership that they didn't have before this. I'm so grateful to God that He put that on our heart. He gave us, here's how this should look. We put this IP in a curriculum, and it's just going to soar from here. This is the solution to the economy. This is the solution to violence. This is the solution to absenteeism, and we were blessed that IYF was able to see that. Yeah.
And look, as I close it, what does Wiley always say? If you're trying to get the kids to put down certain bad habits, they got to also have something to pick up. So tech is a thing they can pick up. Come on. So.
Come on, man.
What is our first in studio edition?
Man. Won't be the last, praise God.
Tech Talk, though, won't be the last, the first of many. Thank you for tuning into this edition of Consult Lemonade, Sweet and Sour Tech Talk. Man, this was great to do this with the co-founder, what else? The queen herself,
Whatever, man.
She doesn't want to accept it. That's
fine.
Look. But we appreciate you guys for tuning in, and we're looking forward to bringing so many more of these. And we will see you guys right here in Columbia, Maryland. Saturday, July 26th at 9 a.m.
Sharp.
At 9 a.m. sharp at the Maryland Innovation Center for our 5th annual Eliminating Life Skills Family Tech Summit.
Grab those tickets.
And grab those tickets.
My God.
Direct link. We will have that for you. Grab those tickets.
Awesome.
That was really good,
thank you, brother.
That was really good.
Hey, you did, bro.
You stayed up on your hands real sweaty. You stayed up.
Bro. Yeah, that blooper. Kids, that was wild, man.